Good morning, everybody from This Scale is Broken group. It's John from Brisbane. Yes, you should probably know that by now, but hey, we might actually end up with some people who don't know. Anyway, I'll start off with what's happening with me weight-wise. It's not good. My weight's rising. I've sadly gone to 100.2 kilograms. So I've put on another kilo. Well, kilo 0.2. Yes, why? Well, around about the 2nd of July, which is my aging date, I sadly suffer very badly. And as part of that, everything tends to go out the window with me. So I call into doubt a lot of things. And so consequently I stop looking after myself. And I don't really care about anything. So consequently, I don't care about what I eat. Don't care about too much else. And consequently, as a result, hey, I've put some weight on. Mind you, of course, my belt is still on the lowest setting, so I don't know where the weight's going. Must all be going to my arse again. Comes from an equestrian background. That's what I like to tell people. That's why I have a huge arse. Well, it's not huge. It's just well padded, which is what you need if you ride horses, which sadly I have not done for a while. But anyway, if I ever had to ride a horse again, I'm well protected. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, I put the weight back on. So I see people are still supporting This Scale is Broken, and I'm very pleased and happy to see that. Missy's still there posting her t-shirts. Excellent. Emma's there doing the spreadsheet. Thank you, Emma. And Yvonne, thank you. Your photo's magnificent. Fiona, yes. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm trying to remember people. Yes. Pardon me. It's, what is it? It's 6:30 in the morning here in Australia. And while I've been up for a bit, like I think it was, what was it, 6 degrees Celsius, I should say, 6 degrees Celsius, in case people are wondering, oh, Fahrenheit, ooh. Anyway, so 6 degrees Celsius, which is, oh, it's okay, but, you know, Australians not quite used to, you know, particularly when you're living in warmer climates, like Queensland. Queensland tends to be fairly warm most of the time, so 6 degrees. It's a little bit chilly. I think once you move inland to Ipswich and certainly up to Stanthorpe, which is a very nice winemaking country, they get down to 0 and even negatives. I think they've even had snow occasionally, so it's very nice. But, yes, so that's what. But yes, I've rambled. But everybody should know me by now. Oh, and notice above me. Hey, I've got a Dalek and a Pikachu. Yes. Some people apparently objected to Bob. And if you know who Bob is, come on, who's read Jim Butcher? Bob? Skull? No? Of course you've all read bloody Jim Butcher. Who hasn't read Jim Butcher and the Dresden Files? No? I'm sure you have. If not, run out, go buy it. There you go. I'm giving a plug for the author now. But yeah, no, good series. I certainly enjoyed it. Actually, I didn't mind the TV series. A pity it only got one bloody season. But yeah, it cobbled together, you know, quite a few stories in one episode in some cases, I think. But oh well. Again, I digress. But yeah, so no, the Dalek. I bought myself that years ago, and learnt never leave batteries. Never leave batteries in there. Not for 3 years, and then go open it up and find, oh dear, it's corroded. Because it was a remote control one, and now it ain't no more. It no more a remote control Dalek, so now it's a nice dust collector. But it was fun when I first got it, because I used to terrorise my kittens. That it'd run around the house, because it'd talk as well, so it'd be exterminate and etc. And the Pikachu was from my daughter. My daughter bought that for me for one of my aging days. Sorry, I don't mention that. That particular thing was many years ago. But anyway, on to another topic which I woke up to this morning with great distress, and I'm sure that's probably going to be the talk amongst many of us for a while, and that's Dan stepping down from This Game Is Broken. What can I say? I'm shattered, because I followed Dan when he was doing the Dan and Cora, and he had his own little YouTube channel, and I communicated with Dan saying that, you know, I really liked what he was doing and suggested that he needed to perhaps do something, because, you know, my kids, or more precisely my daughter, had some learning difficulties in the early days, and the games, I was looking at it more from an educational point of view in development, and a lot of the games that I saw him showing, I thought, geez, if they'd have had that 15, 20 years ago, geez, that would have made, I think, so much of a difference in my daughter's development, you know. And that's how I first communicated and developed, I hope, a friendship with Dan. And, you know, and so when Dan started a number of his projects, I've always been there to support him. And, you know, I've spread the word and said everything about what, you know, this game is broken, this scale is broken, this scale is broken, this game is broken. You know, I've said, you know, here he is, this is what he's doing, you know, because, I don't know, I feel in some ways that we have a bit of a kinship in some respects, even though I live at the arse end of the world. And so, you know, waking up this morning to read that he stepped back for what he's written as his reasons, has really distressed me on many levels, because it sort of, you know, see, the thing is that I don't want to feel that I only follow This Game Is Broken because of Dan, because I really like Matthew and I really enjoy Dave Loser, and you know, Mike and Nick. Okay, I don't want to say that I don't like them, but, you know, they're culturally different from myself. I more associate with the Europeans and the English than I do with Americans. So that's not saying that there's anything wrong with what they produce, but sometimes their humour doesn't quite reach me, where the humour that Dave, Matthew and Dan have provided reaches me on more of a level. So I see that that Kiki has now joined the team, so we've now got 3 North Americans, you know, a European and a UK, and we're now sort of seeing a swing towards more a North American production, well, not production, but, you know, more North American style. I don't know, and it, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, well, you know, do I continue to support with my pod pledge? And I'd like to think that I'm bigger than just saying that, you know, Dan's the only reason why I support this, because, you know, I still support Matthew and Dave, and I suppose in many respects I do. I follow people, which I suppose is not, you know, but then that's it. People do, don't they? And, you know, I've always respected Dan, and it's disappointing for me, you know, just to wake up to this news in the morning. And I suppose many other people, you know, who've you know, who probably met Dan at the UK Games Expo or met him at Dice Tower Con. I don't know. I guess certainly from the UK Games Expo, they, you know, so many people, you know, like and respect him. But, you know, Dan has done things for the reasons that he believes is best for himself. And we must respect, even if we don't like what it is that he's decided to do. Yes, we don't agree, Dan, but we have to respect what it is that you want to do. And that's your decision. Anyway, I hope that, Dan, that you can sort out what you need to, and that you can find some balance. But, you know, hey, I'm a pensioner. I'm just waiting for the Reaper, but apparently neither heaven nor hell nor purgatory, which apparently the Pope now tells me no longer exists, but apparently neither of those places wish for me, which is why, even though the Reaper's sitting on the front doorstep, I suppose he's going, oh, can't take you. They won't let me put you in, so I'm stuck here. Most unpleasant, I'll tell you that. Yes. I'm mad, aren't I? Anyway, on to other things. Yes, there's other things. I'm going to bore you today. What else have I been up to? Well, I've been dabbling with the joy of YouTubing. Yes. So if you want to see what I've been up to, have a look at my channel. I've been posting a few things about some of the roleplay games that I've been collecting. Oh, over the years. So if you want to see some really odd bits and pieces that I've been collecting since the early 80s, yes, there's some gems. There's some people wanting to know about Australian productions, and there's some Australian roleplay games. Oh God, there goes my bedroom's right above me, so my dog's gone off his nutter again. So, but yeah, have a look at my my YouTube channel. I do encourage you to subscribe, because I'm posting more and more regularly there now, because hey, I'm bored and thinking, what can I inflict on people? So, but I'm there. I post more on Twitter, just again to amuse myself and probably to annoy people. But anyway, look, thank you everybody for watching. We'll continue to, I'll continue to post a weekly, report. Emma's doing the spreadsheets, so not going to know what's going to happen with Dan stepping down with a monthly report from him. So might have a chat with Emma and see what happens. So seeing that I do I suppose a weekly video, I might see with her about whether or not we do a monthly review ourselves. But I might get perhaps Emma to do it, seeing she's far more gifted. Or maybe I might do it. I don't know. I'll have to have a chat with Emma. Or maybe Dan might be willing to still do it once a month, if that's not too crippling a task to do. Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to be facetious. But anyway. All right, well, look, nearly got 15 minutes clocked up, and I think you're obviously bored enough of listening to me ramble. So thank you, everybody, and till next time, signing off, the Honourable John.